live.
Here we are.
And there's the music going. That shouldn't happen. And there we are.
Here we are.
Have you
What's
it
that?
on? That shouldn't happen. Or is it me? And there we are. I have it on in another browser. That's my fault.
Just teething problems.
Yeah. Yeah. So everyone, welcome. Friday, I have another guest or victim, whatever we want to call it. And please introduce yourself to the lovely people that are watching.
Hi guys, my name's Kate O'Driscoll. I live in Kildare Town. I'm married to Joe, who's the head brewer at Ballykilcavern. I have my Instagram page, which is Kate O'D's Food Beer Life. Some of you might know me from there. I'm passionate about home cooking and local produce, Irish produce, and craft beer. So that's basically what I'm all about. And that's me, basically, in a nutshell.
So, easy question and to ease in. How did you start with Instagram? Because
how did I start?
Because before I asked you, I then checked how much people are following you, and I was kind of surprised. No offense to you, but it was 1,700?
Yeah, 17,000. Yeah.
500.
Basically, I started in 2016, and it was because I really don't like a lot of other social media platforms. I'm not very keen on Facebook. If I didn't have friends in England, which I kept in touch with, I'd get rid of it altogether. I was interested in photography and just documenting what I was doing through photography. So the things that, that I'm passionate about. So, I love baking, I love cooking. So I started taking pictures of my dinners, obviously, like everyone, and started posting them. And then I decided that I got more interested in styling and things like that, and just actually how to make things look the best. And obviously documenting then the beers I drink as well. And sort of it's kind of been a journey from 2016 to now. So you sort of see this journey of, what I've been cooking and what I've been drinking and how far along I've sort of come. And, it's just really interests me.
Yeah. What do you use then for is it your phone, or do you have a special camera?
No, I don't. I just use my phone. It's a Huawei P30 Lite. That's all I use. So there's no backgrounds, no special cameras, no special lighting. I just use my mobile phone camera, and yeah, that's it. Nothing fancy. It's just absolutely, basic enough.
Any ring lights or any things?
No ring lights. The only time I used a ring light was when I was doing my videos for Hope. So I used a ring light just to make everything kind of pop, because sometimes the lighting wouldn't have been great in the kitchen, and so we needed just the ring light just to, illuminate everything a little bit more. But that's the only time I've ever used a ring light for photography or for videos. Yeah.
I suppose since you mentioned Hope, are they the only company who have approached you for kind of promotion?
No, they're not. I've had a few kind of people approach me, and I've got a few things in the pipeline coming up, so I can't mention anything at the moment. Gotta keep my cards close to my chest. But no, it's great. I mean, because I love supporting Irish businesses. I love supporting small businesses, and I'm just so passionate about, Irish, local, beer, foods, and anything that goes hand in hand like that all together. It's just perfect. So yeah, I will do anything like that to help out a small business. Or, I mean, I don't know if you knew, I'm using Carl's Cheese at the moment to do some recipes for their website.
Okay.
So I've been doing that since just before Christmas, and so I'm a big cheese fan. I think everyone knows that who follows me on Instagram. So I've been making up recipes for their cheese and posting that and things like that. So yeah, I've got some good, interesting things coming up along the way as well. So exciting.
Yeah, pretty much. Getting on to the bad things in and about social media, your worst and best comments.
Worst comments? Do you know the worst comments are the kind of the spammy people that pop up, and it's all I'm getting an absolute rake of Bitcoin people just spamming every single post with like, come on, you know, use Forex and Bitcoin and blah blah blah, and it's just really annoying. I just have to kind of delete, or it's just so frustrating because, you know, when you've got all these sort of spammy people start to comment on your post, you kind of sometimes you miss the real comments from real people. So, you know, I'm all about real engagement, and I don't want to kind of miss real people who want to kind of maybe, you know, get involved. So
yeah, I think they have a new feature now. I'm not sure if it's in Europe yet, where you can block certain keywords. I think from there's something like that. So there's something that way, I think.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that, but I'll definitely look into that. Best comments. I mean, I'm blown away every day, like when I post things, and people are just so positive and just so lovely. And you know, I'm kind of, I do feel quite overwhelmed at times because I'm just little old me posting my dinners, and you know, sometimes a lunch, and sometimes I'll take the piss and I'll post beans on toast just to see how many likes it can get. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just overwhelmed that people are interested in the things I drink and the things I eat and my life in general. So it's just so nice, and you know, I'm very grateful and stay very humble about it. And you know, it is what it is, I suppose.
Do you think it helped you through this COVID?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I really changed the way I shopped at the beginning of the first lockdown. Obviously, we couldn't really go out to a lot of places, so I started to make a point of ordering from small local businesses online, be sort of Gabine down in Cork, you know, to get the charcuterie and everything, or cheese, or Toonsbridge Olive Company, places like that. The other one, On the Pig's Back, that was another one. And it was just so nice to be able to support these little businesses when the only thing they had was kind of their online trade, and also breweries as well. Just making effort to sort of go around the different breweries, and just even if it was a small order, just to support where I could. And that's really where I kind of took off, I think, because I think people can sort of tell when you care, you know, and when you're passionate about something. Now, I'm no beer expert, I'm no food expert, but it's just something I really, really enjoy. And, you know, I'm not a chef, I'm not trained anywhere in beer or food, but I just really, really enjoy it. And hopefully that comes across in my posts.
You have any rules around your page, like your own rules, which you try to maintain, or any?
Not really. I try and do 3 posts a day, because I kind of keep it consistent as I can, and that's kind of what it's all about. So a post about lunchtime, then about maybe 6:30, then a little bit later at night. Now, there's no hard and fast rule. I don't do that because I've got people from different time zones. I'm not that kind of technically involved in it, but it's just when I get a break from, because I'm basically a stay-at-home mum, but I work around my children. So I work from home, and I'm a gluten-free baker, and I supply coffee shops and restaurants and different accounts with gluten-free cakes and goodies. So I basically do this around everything else. So I have to kind of slot it in where I can. So that's it.
Square Table has a question. Have you been to the United States? He's from the United States.
Am I a celiac?
No, have you been to the United States? He's from the United States. Square Table.
Yes, I have. I've been to Chicago a long time ago, and I have been to Atlanta even longer ago. So I went to Atlanta when I was 19 to go and visit an ex-boyfriend of mine, and then I went to Chicago on an art trip at university, which was just absolutely phenomenal. It was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, they're the only 2, but I'd love to go back to the States, and I'd love to go to New York. That's on my bucket list. I'd love to do the whole kind of East Coast.
Yeah.
And then maybe go over to San Francisco, then across the other side and do the kind of breweries and everything that side, so the West Coast. So that's my plan for the future, possibly.
Alan says he loves your Instagram as well, Alan Mead. I suppose we'll get on to your earlier years. So school, what were you like?
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, my daughter's at the window.
What were you like in school?
At school?
Yeah.
I was very good. No, I was great at school. Funny story. My mother was actually my principal in school, in secondary school.
Okay.
So she was actually pretty sound. So like, she was pretty cool. So like, I mean, I was the principal's daughter, but no one gave me any shit. So that's pretty cool, and it was great. But I was a good girl. I was a good girl. I worked hard. I wasn't very good at maths. I'm still not very good at maths. I'm a disaster at maths, in all honesty. It just like mind blowing. I just can't even. Mental arithmetic just blows my mind. I can't. I'm like a kind of math dyslexic. If you throw numbers at me, my head just will explode. So I kind of went into retail after that, and I was using maths all day, every day. You know, cashing up and things like that. So I mean, even though I didn't do great in school at maths, you know, I kind of got by. So I'm more artistic, whatever side of the brain that is.
Did you have any nicknames then in school, or?
My nickname is actually Spoon, because my maiden name is Wotherspoon. So everyone at school just called me Spoon or Spoonella. Okay. So there you go. I'm still known as my friends back home as Spoon. They call me Spoon.
That's good. I suppose moving on then, your first phone.
My what?
Your first mobile phone.
Oh God, the big chunky Nokia one. 3210. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, I was 19 when I got my first mobile phone.
Okay.
Which is pretty old.
First car.
First car was a little Fiesta 100. It was a little tiny like hairdryer of a car. It had a manual choke, and it didn't start on frosty mornings.
Most of them didn't. So did you leave school at 16 then? A lot of people in England do.
I was 17. No, I was 17 when I started my driving lessons, and I was 18 when I passed my test. But I passed it on my third go.
Okay. Pretty good. I think it was 3 times for me as well. So
3 times for me. But apparently, I drive like a rally driver. But that's not true. I don't have any driving offences whatsoever. I don't drive too fast at all. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
You haven't got caught yet.
Yeah, exactly.
First job then out of school.
First job out of school. Well, during school I was a photographer's assistant, so I used to take passport photos, and I used to go around weddings and, you know, organise the dress and make sure everyone was looking nice for the pictures. Then first job after school, oh my God. Tesco's. I worked at Tesco's in the bakery. And I used to get up for work at 4 o'clock on a Monday morning and go and bake bread for Tesco. So yeah, I used to start at 5 and finish at 2. So, and then I did that for a year before I decided to go to university, and then I went to do an art degree.
Okay. How would a friend describe you in 3 words?
Mischievous, loyal, fun.
Okay. I suppose any life goals?
Life goals? No, I mean, it's probably all pretty cliche, to be honest. Life goals is just sort of to have a happy family and, you know, to be doing what I'm doing now and doing what I love, and for everyone to be healthy and happy. So yeah, that's pretty much life goals right here. So yeah.
Where did you get your passion from cooking? Was it your parents, or was it the
basically baking? Yeah, my parents were both teachers, so they used to cook at the weekends. During the week, I had school dinners, and they were I didn't really see my parents during the week. It was always at the weekend. And my dad was like the main cook, and he cooked fabulous meals at the weekend. I mean, they were just amazing. They always sat down for Sunday dinner every week, and we always sat down for breakfast every morning. But yeah, I got the passion for cooking from my dad, I'd say, baking from my grandma. So yeah, on my dad's side, so the Scottish part.
Where did you grow up then? What part of England, if you don't mind asking?
Not at all. Right in the middle of England. I grew up in Cambridgeshire. I was born in Cambridge. I grew up in Cambridgeshire and Northamptonshire. We basically had to move whenever my mum got a promotion with her job. Obviously, she was the head teacher of a secondary school, so whenever she kind of up to level, we moved. And yeah, so I grew up in Cambridgeshire, in Wisbech first, then Peterborough, then we moved to Brackley in Northamptonshire, and then when I was 19, I moved out of home and started a degree in Bradford, which was, I'm sorry to anyone that comes from Bradford, but an absolute kip. I lasted about 3 months there, and then that's when I got the job in Tesco's and did a kind of a year saving money, and then ended up down in Canterbury on the south coast. So I stayed there for 5 years before moving to Ireland.
And how did you move? Was it after meeting Joe, or?
No, not at all. So basically, I went into retail after uni, and I worked in this very old school department store in Canterbury. It was a real kind of what's that program called with the really old school department store?
I know what.
Are You Being Served? Are You Being Served? It was really like Are You Being Served? Yeah. And I was managing the cook store, the cook shop there. It was the Cruze. So they basically said to me after 3 years, we're opening some stores in Ireland and Scotland. And I said, oh, I'd love to open work in an outlet store in Ireland. And so they basically sent me to Ireland to open the store and manage the store. So I said on the first day, I'll go over and I'll just open the store, I'll manage it, I'll find a new manager, and I'll go home after a couple of years, everything's set up and everything. I met Joe on the first day. It was Kildare Village. So I set up the store in Kildare Village, and Joe was actually setting up a store in Kildare Village as well. So we met on the first day, and then I had to send home my boyfriend of 4 years back to England. So that wasn't cool, but surely when you know, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Your biggest fear?
Spiders and nuns.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the last time you were rejected?
Rejected in what way? Like for a job, or like?
Whatever way you want to take the question. It's just open.
No, I can't remember because I've been taken for the last 15 years, so I can't even remember. And then before that was like probably 20 years ago.
Okay, if that's the way. What's the weirdest thing you've done? That's a good question, I think.
Weirdest thing I've done? Oh, that's really hard. I'm going to have to think about this. Can I come back to you with that one? Weirdest thing I've done.
Tattoos.
Lots, yeah, quite a few.
Yeah. Go through them.
I have one on my arm here. I can't show you. Wrist kind of.
You don't have to show you. You can just go through them. Why did you get them? What meaning did they have to you? Or the person?
I didn't get my first tattoo until I was 25, and I got a tiny little lily on my bikini line, and because I didn't want anyone to see it, and I didn't want anyone to know I had a tattoo. And then yeah, it's an addiction, so it just kind of grew and grew and grew and grew and grew, and now I have a whole back piece and legs, arms. They're mainly kind of hidden. You wouldn't look at me and think, oh my god, she's massively inked up, but I have them kind of in places like, Underboob and, you know, all sorts of different places. I have a whole Hogwarts Harry Potter castle across the top of my back. And when my daughter Lily was born, I had an emergency section and they had to slice through my little Lily tattoo to get her out. So I always say I sacrificed a Lily for my Lily, which is quite nice. I'm still trying to think about the weirdest thing I've ever done. I can't think of the weirdest thing. It'll come to me, I'm sure.
Musical instruments. Do you play anything?
Musical instruments.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I haven't for a long time, but I do play the flute.
Okay.
I was in a jazz band for a while, yeah. So I do play the flute. Yeah, wind instruments.
What kind of music? Do you listen to that kind of music then, jazz? Or do you listen to all kinds?
I listen mainly to kind of rock kind of music, bit of metal, rock. But I love all kinds of music. I mean, it's such a difficult question that I just listen. Do you know what my favourite radio station is? RTE Gold. I just absolutely love it. They like, you know, 70s, 80s, a bit of 90s, all the old school stuff. I love music, yeah.
Best concert?
Best concert. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to say probably the Foo Fighters at Reading Festival were brilliant. But they're also going to say the Isle of Wight 2004 was absolutely amazing because they had The Who and they had Stereophonics who brought on Tom Jones, and it was just absolutely incredible. Yeah. So, but
kind
yeah.
Kind of old school.
Old
Tom
school.
Jones, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think he would have been covered that. If I was to put you in front of your 16-year-old self, what would you tell him?
I would tell my 16-year-old self just not to worry too much about everything, just to do what you want to do. Do you, just be happy. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. Don't be swayed by other people's opinions. Don't let anyone try and influence you in your opinions. Just have your own mind. Be instinctive. Be kind of trust your intuition and just do you and be happy. I think that's what I'd say to me in front of my 16-year-old self.
Okay. What kind of person are you? Are you extrovert, introvert?
I'm a bit of both, to be honest. I'm quite shy in social situations. If I'm in a room full of people, I will stand back and I'll be on the kind of periphery and I'll watch everything until I feel comfortable enough to maybe kind of step into the situation. But then I can also be a bit of an extrovert as well. So depends what mood I'm in, really. But yeah, no, I'm quite a shy person, actually. You might not think it from social media and things, but no, I'm quite shy.
No, I would have thought you're kind of extrovert kind of person.
No, not at all.
First beer or alcoholic drink?
First?
Yeah.
I would say it was probably some kind of liqueur, because when I was about 3, my mum and dad had a dinner party and they went up to bed and left all the little dregs of their post-dinner drinks, their Baileys and their Tia Maria, all the dregs in the glasses downstairs. And me being a very young child, got up in the 80s, went downstairs, drained all the dregs of the glasses. And my mum came downstairs and went, oh my God, she's wobbling around the place. So I went to bed for a few hours, but hey, look, there was the 80s. It wasn't abuse back then. But no, actually, no, seriously, my first proper drink was probably, my dad used to drink, he always had Spitfire in the fridge and Old Speckled Hen, like real old school kind of, you know, beers. So it was probably one of those with my dad. And he always had Budvar, because he always said, I always buy the Budvar because it's not the American one, it's the one from the Czech Republic. And so I have to kind of thank my dad for my love of beer, really. So yeah, that's that.
What kind of drinks did you do when you were kind of growing up, to say, when your early years?
Oh God, Jesus Christ, it's embarrassing. Like embarrassing. Foster's. They had a night at our local pub in my town called Nugget Night, and it was basically pound a drink night. You used to either get a pint of Foster's for a quid, a vodka and Red Bull for a quid, or vodka and orange, or vodka and Coke. And we just used to be drinking pints of Foster's and throwing back the vodka Red Bulls. And then when I went to uni, it was all like Wetherspoons. So it was like 2 bottles of Reef, which was really disgusting alcoholic kind of cocktail stuff, into a pint glass, throw that down. I mean, Christ, it was just horrific. Looking back now, I just don't know how I'm still alive, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of like what everyone else kind of does.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of grow up, the cheapest thing you can get in university or college, and when your first job is probably the same.
Yeah.
Then you kind of. How do you get into the craft, if I may?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think I always had that kind of craft background from my dad, you know, with the kind of the craft beers and everything, even though we're kind of old school but mainstream. So I always had a taste for beer that wasn't kind of piss water. So when we did start trying kind of Irish beers, I mean, I guess it was probably back in about 2012 we really started to kind of get into trying different things. There weren't really that many kind of Irish breweries around at the time. I think 8 Degrees were one of the probably first, Galway Bay, a few of the other big guys, Rye River. You know, if there was anything on tap in the pub, we'd try it. You know, I think Trouble Brewing as well. They were one of the first kind of breweries that got us onto the craft beer, because our local pub in the town here, Cunningham's, they started, you know, they had Trouble Brewing on tap. I think it was called Golden Ore at the time. It was their blonde ale, like right back in the day, when it was had the Irish name Golden Ore, I think it was. We started drinking that, and then kind of progressed from there, and just got more and more interested. And everywhere we kind of went in Ireland, we want to try like something local or something, you know, different. So yeah.
Square Table has another question for you. Any pets?
Pets, yes, I have 3 dogs, 1 cat, and a fish.
And their names are?
Okay, the dogs are called Billy, Sammy, and Polly, and the cat is called Freddie, and the fish is called Cyborg.
And all the dogs are greyhounds, aren't they?
No. One of our dogs, hang on. There's Billy there. That's Billy. The greyhound is behind me on the floor. That's Polly. She's there. And Sam is actually outside at the moment. So he's a little kind of terrier cross. Okay. 2 of them are rescued. So she's an ex-rescue. She's an ex-racing greyhound. So we rescued her from the Dogs Trust. She's a lovely girl. Yeah.
Most famous person you've met?
Famous person? Oh, I literally bumped into Anton Deck in a shop in Oxford one time. Like literally, boom, right into them. And also Scott Gorham from Thin Lizzy as well, in Killarney.
Okay. That's good. 3 famous people who are dead that you would like to have a dinner party with, and then 3 ordinary people, families or friends.
Oh gosh, I'd love to have a dinner party with Keith Floyd, Elizabeth Davids, And who's going to be my number 3? Anthony Bourdain. And living, I would go with. Do they have to be friends or different? Or
anyone you like.
Anyone. Okay, I'd probably go with Nigella Lawson because she's brilliant. Who else would I go with? I might go with Johnny Depp for obvious reasons, and he's quite interesting, and possibly Dita Von Teese. Yeah, they're my 3.
And if you were cooking the food, what would you cook? 3-course meal. What would you cook?
God. Oh Jesus. Pressure. The pressure. Okay, so for a starter, I'd probably do some kind of simple seafood. Main course. Probably do like a nice rib of beef or something like that. And then dessert. I don't like dessert. I just said cheese. That's all I do. Yeah, I just do a cheese board. Maybe a fruit salad for the people that want dessert.
Are we alone? Are we alone? It's an open-ended question.
No.
Would you like to expand on that?
Say again?
Would you like to expand on your question of just saying no?
Are we alone? Is that what?
Yeah,
like as
alone?
In the universe?
Is there anyone watching this stream? Who knows? We can change the question.
Is there anyone watching?
There's 4 people, I think.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, we'll move on to last time you cried.
Last time I cried. Oh God, it'll be because of animals. I get really upset with. It'll be something I watch on telly, like a donkey advert, or with the animal abuse adverts. It starts me off. I can't help it. Yeah, be about animals. So I don't often cry, but yeah, it'll be about animals on the telly, like in different countries. Oh.
Would you obey an order to hurt someone?
No.
What if there was a negative implication? So someone had your children, your husband, and they said they're going to hurt them unless you did something.
Oh, I'd kill him, yeah.
Okay. Would you be a good eyewitness?
Yes, I would.
Would you be a good dinner guest?
A good dinner?
Dinner guest?
Yeah, I would, yeah. I'd be a good dinner guest. I might talk too much.
Okay, nature or nurture?
Half and half, 50-50.
Okay, do you wake up happy or sad?
I wake up happy, mainly, for the most part.
What makes you happy?
My children make me happy. Beer makes me happy. Joe makes me happy. Food makes me happy. My animals make me happy.
Okay, what makes you angry?
People that aren't kind to animals make me angry, and people that aren't kind to their own children and other children make me very angry.
Fears for the future, because you have a family. Any fears?
Any fears? Not at this Stage, not really, no. I try and be quite positive, so I don't try and dwell on the bad things that might happen. I just want to focus on the good and the positive. So
Okay. A perfect day.
say again.
Perfect day.
Perfect day. Wake up in the morning and make a really nice breakfast. Go for a big long walk in the country or in the Curragh. Then come back and get the barbecue going, friends around, few beers flowing, just chill out with everybody and have a nice time. Be the perfect day.
Best accomplishment?
Best
Accomplishment.
accomplishment.
Mm.
Probably being a mammy, to be honest with you. Becoming a mammy and realizing that I could do it, because I'm winging it, to be honest, but they seem to be fairly happy and they're thriving. So yeah, main accomplishment is being a good mammy, I think.
Did you have any fears over that?
Mm?
Did you have any fears over becoming a mother or a parent?
No, absolutely. I never really wanted to. I always thought, because I'm an only child as well, so I don't know. It never really I wasn't very maternal until I had my babies, and then realised I was. So, yeah.
Okay. What makes you smile?
My family makes me smile. Other people make me smile. Just kind people, compassionate people. Just the way that people react to me make me smile. The comments that I get on social media, and then people that understand me in real life as well, friends, family, anything positive makes me smile.
Okay. Plane ticket in front of me for you, anywhere in the world for free. Where would you go?
I would go.
Family.
Okay, I would go to Vietnam. I've always wanted to go to Vietnam, pretty much for the food and the culture. So somewhere, either Vietnam or somewhere in the Far East. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect family holiday.
Perfect family holiday. We have a caravan, so it's just going off to somewhere by the coast in the caravan, setting up, chilled out in the caravan, just the four of us, chilling by the sea, nice food, nice beer, family time. That's it. Perfect holiday.
I suppose getting on to beer then, or what this is about. Favorite brewery at the moment?
At the moment, do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely loving Brew at the moment. They've just come on like so much in the last year, and even just the three beers that they've put into Lidl at the moment are just fantastic. I mean, they're just great, easy drinking, consistent beers. So I'm loving Brew at the moment. Yeah.
What way do you think the Irish beer scene is at the moment? You'd have an experience of the English more than me. What do you think? It's in a good place? Do you think it's growing?
I do think it is. I think obviously some people are going to be lost by the wayside just because of the economic situation and the horrible climate we're living in. But I think it's onwards and upwards for the Irish beer industry. I mean, people have been so resourceful. A lot of Irish brewers have been so resourceful in this situation, and they've just adapted. I mean, look at Two Sides Brewing, 57 Headline and Brickyard with their brewery, their collaboration, and they've just, they've made it into a kind of an online business, and people are just thriving with the online sales, and I just think it's brilliant. And then people are supporting that, which is great, because another one comes onto the scene, and people will support it. So it's great. Yeah, I think it's in a positive place. Can only get better.
Do you think that some breweries will kind of stay at their regional level and have a market and know that they probably can't go any further, but they'll have a good brewery?
I think so. Yeah, I think if there are breweries that stay at a regional level, who actually have the support of local people, and especially once the pubs open and they can put their kegs into local pubs and they know that they're going to be supplying the kind of the off trade, then yeah, absolutely. But that said, I think you've got to be quite diverse at the moment, and I think you've got to kind of think outside the box nearly. And there are a lot of breweries that are doing that now.
What do you think? What legislation needs to be put in place? Like the tap room legislation for breweries seems pretty limited. What do you think needs to happen in that kind of direction?
Tap rooms. Yeah, I think tap rooms and breweries are the way forward. I mean, I know Ballycoocavan just literally working on their tap room as we speak, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's just such a beautiful building anyway. Dublin City Brewery kind of developing that side of things as well. Rascals obviously nailed it with the whole pizza and beer thing. Dead Centre as well. It's a kind of destination place in Athlone now. So yeah, I think definitely tap rooms are great kind of promotion for the brewery. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think the new minimum price units will have an effect?
No, I don't think they will. I mean, people have already found ways to get around it. So I think if you want to drink craft beer and support the craft beer industry, you will. And you'll just sacrifice food. I don't know. Sacrifice something.
What do you think of the new legislation of multi-price brine? So you can't have, say, 4 beers for €10.
I mean, again, people are getting around it by just lowering the price of the beer. So if you buy the 3, it'll still come in at that price. So yeah. So do you know what? It doesn't really affect anyone. So whatever.
Would you think it was a bit pointless legislation that it wasn't going to affect, we say, the bigger breweries who are going to be selling slabs of beer or case of beer? Think it was a bit pointless?
Yeah. A little bit pointless, yeah, because they're going to do that anyway. And if people want to buy a slab of beer for £10, they're going to do that anyway. So yeah, I don't think for craft beer drinkers it makes that much a difference. Sorry, the dogs are going mental. Shut up, lads.
Yeah, kind of like putting doors or whatever into off-license in supermarkets. I don't see the point. But
this is it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's the point? I've been caught in those doors going into Lidl, and I've been stuck with my trolley and had the doors going like that on me while I've been in the queue. So
favorite off license, if you have one.
Favorite off license? Do you know what? I'd probably say Craft Central. And also, excuse me, Carry Out Tyrrellstown.
Okay. Go-to beer.
My go-to beer would have to be Ballycoocavan Lime Blocker, or Crafty range from Lidl. The pale ale and the American style wheat. Just always have them in the fridge.
Yeah, it's pity. Lidl are not that close to me, but they're 2 good beers. I'll stock up when I get to them. A few questions from the Midlands Beer Club. Brendan asks, what's in your beer fridge at the moment?
At the moment, do you know what? I'm actually trying to get out of my my comfort zone of pale ales and IPAs, and I've actually got quite a lot of Belgian style beers in the fridge. So I've got some Delirium. Hang on, guys. Sorry, kids.
No problem.
And I've got a lot of Meskin as well, funnily enough, because there's quite a few Meskin beers I haven't actually tried, and I love their reserve, and so I am trying to break down my I don't know, the ones. How do you say it? Like repetitive beers I always buy. I'm trying to break into something new a little bit, just to try. And like I'm really loving Rot House Pills as well at the moment. Like whenever I get such a crispy boy, I just absolutely love it. And so I'm trying to broaden my horizons, shall we say.
Okay, another question for the Midlands Bear Club from Soren. Do aliens exist? And where is the treasure buried on Oak Island?
Do aliens exist? Yes, I think they do exist. There's a lot out there that we don't know about. And where's the treasure buried on Oak Island? I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
Can't help with that one.
I could read out. Dream car or camper van, whichever you want.
Okay, dream car. I don't have a dream car. I'm really not a car person at all. I know nothing about cars at all. I'm just. Do you know what? My dream caravan. That's another story. I'd love to go away in one of those great big SUVs like the Americans have, just down Route 66, just to try like what it was like. The ones with the sides come out, they kind of expand out and like make a different room. That'll be deadly.
I think you need a convertible for Route 66 or something like that. But lowest point in your life, besides the
lowest point in my life. I'm guessing it was 2 years ago. I lost my dad very suddenly. In 2019, that was a shock, and it was really hard. And that was the lowest point in my life. But you just carry on, and you have to look back at the good memories, and that's it. So won't bring too many people down about that.
Would you be spiritual or religious?
Me or my dad? Me.
You.
Me, I'm more spiritual. I'm not really religious.
Do you believe in an afterlife?
I do believe in an afterlife. I'm not sure if it's heaven. I'm not sure if it's hell. I'm not sure if but there's too much evidence. There's too much up there. There's too much out there for there not to be. I believe like souls go on, maybe, or energy. I'm not sure. It's something I'm really interested in. Do I believe in God? I'm not sure. I did once. I believed in God once upon a time, but do I anymore? It's a difficult one. Ask me another day.
Last meal.
Last meal?
Yeah.
Crisp sandwich. Oh, what would be my last meal if I was going to die? Shepherd's pie. My dad's shepherd's pie.
If you could speak to your dad and ask him one question, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. He's pretty wise.
If you could sit on a bench with him for half an hour, what would you talk about?
If I could what? Sit in a what room?
Sit on a bench in a park and talk to him for half an hour. What would you talk about?
You know what? We'd probably just talk shite, and we'd probably just we'd like quote stupid quotes at each other and laugh. We were just kind of like that. We had such a laugh, and we had these kind of little private jokes, little quotes we used to say, and lots of things from like Pride and Prejudice, funnily enough, and other things, stupid TV programs and TV shows we used to kind of watch together, and then like put the quotes into kind of real life situations. So we'd probably just sit there and laugh for the half an hour or whatever. Yeah.
Favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? would probably have to be either Yukio up in Dublin, the Japanese restaurant, and Hearts of Kildare, very, very good. But I was lucky enough to go to a wedding at Le Manoir in Oxfordshire, which is Raymond Blanc's restaurant, which was just absolutely out of this world. So yeah, that would probably be my favourite restaurant. But I don't ever get to go there ever again.
What do you think of fast food then? Would you eat much of it, like McDonald's or Supermax or some kind of food? What do you think of fast food? Do you eat McDonald's or? Yeah,
I mean, every now and again, not really. Just because I can't be bothered, like I can do it I can cook it at home. So like I'd bring the kids to McDonald's and stuff, because obviously I'd be a terrible mother if I, denied them what they wanted. But no, like, not really. I mean, I prefer using our local restaurants and using their takeaway menus than kind of fast food, I suppose.
What do you think? I heard a few people from England saying that the kind of Indian restaurants wouldn't be as good over here. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, see, I've been to the Curry Mile in Manchester, and I obviously used to live near Birmingham, and I lived in Bradford for a time, which is an amazingly brilliant place for curry. We're very lucky in Kildare to have a fantastic Indian restaurant, and I don't really have much more experience outside of that because I haven't really been to many more in Ireland, so I can't really comment on that. But yeah, no comment.
Would you set up a restaurant if you had the finance then?
If I had finance, I would set up an Irish tapas and tap room. So yeah, that's what I'd do. It wouldn't necessarily be a restaurant, it'd be more sharing platters and things like that.
All right. Last thing you Googled.
Last thing what?
You Googled.
Last thing I Googled. Let's check my phone. Let me just. I don't know. I can't remember. I did Google something earlier, and I can't remember what it was now. What was it? No, it's gone. I can't remember what the last thing I Googled was. If I remember, I'll tell you.
Last thing you bought online.
Last thing I bought online was a packet of nail files from Amazon.
Okay. Greatest day of your life.
Sorry?
Greatest day of your life.
Who saved my life?
No, greatest day of your life. Sorry. Best day of your life.
Best day of my life? Oh, day I got married. 100%. Yeah. Day I got married to Joe. It's absolutely amazing day.
Yeah, I think I might have questions for you though. You've kind of
we've done an hour. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you usually go a bit longer. Yeah, I don't have much more. Do you have any questions? That's how I'll probably answer them, but yeah.
What's your favourite beer? What's your go-to brewery?
Probably O'Hara's, but the kind of all their beers are available because that's my local. They're all available in the local supermarkets.
I do love the tropical, and apparently the new IPA is very, very good. So can't wait to try that. But yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have any questions at all. Nope. I'm all out. My throat is a bit dry.
No problem. I think we'll say thank you to everyone that's joined us, and we'll say goodbye.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll end it. Thank you, everyone who watched.
Thanks a lot. Bye.